Welcome friends to Rita's Paper Motif. I'm Rita and today I am coming to you with a redo of yesterday's video. I don't know what happened to it, but it somehow disappeared after being uploaded. So we'll try it again because I really want to share the 4th day of our birthday shindig. So before we get started though, I just wanted to introduce myself, and I'm Rita. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love to create card designs, scrapbook pages, and 3D projects. And I hope that these designs inspire you to create and then to share your creations with those that matter to you. All right, so let's get started. So today I want to talk about Everyday Arches. It is a bundle and we're going to be using it and sharing more about it. Before we do though, I wanted to quickly share with you that I'm going to be having a Spring Fest. It is the weekend of March 22nd through the 23rd. This is kind of a, well, it is a class, so there'll be several videos throughout the 2 days, and we're going to be making cards along the theme of spring and Easter. So if you think this is something that you might be interested in, I'm going to ask you to please sign up for my email, and you can do that simply by messaging me, and then I'll add you to the email list. My link to my email has been a little iffy lately, so if you just message me or text me, I'd be more than glad to add you to that email list. And then I am going to be sending out registration forms, and you can register and get yourself all paid up and ready to go. And then we'll spend 2 days creating spring and Easter cards. So I'm not going to be doing those videos on Facebook or YouTube. It will only be through that registration. So if this is something you're interested in, then you know what to do. And while we're talking about the email list, I did just want to share with you that this birthday shindig, I'm treating it kind of like a birthday party that you've been invited to. And when you show up for the video, then that means that you're attending my birthday party, so to speak. And so for me to know that you've accepted my invitation and that you're here, I am going to need you to comment in the comment hello or something in the comment section so that I know you're here. And then by next Thursday, I am going to randomly choose somebody, a couple of people from either the YouTube or the Facebook videos. And those 2 people, so one from YouTube, one from Facebook, is going to get a special gift from me. And that gift is going to be the card kits. So, you know, I'm just trying to get you to comment, actually. So if you don't mind doing that, just go ahead and comment in the section below. And while we're talking about gifts, I did also want to say that I am giving a free stamp set away for whomever shares and comments on my YouTube channel. And so then again on Thursday, I'll announce the winner and we'll get that free stamp set to you. Also, if you share and comment on any of the Facebook videos for the birthday shindig, then I'm going to randomly pick someone, and you're going to get that package of designer series paper that we've been using all week long. So yeah, just go ahead and sign up for the email and also comment and share. All right, let's get on with today. And I did want to quickly share. Now, I know those of you that have been with me will already know the drill, but I did want to share just in case there's someone new, that right now we have a big promotion. It's called Celebration, and it started in January, is going to end on February 28th. But here's how it works. When you make a purchase from either the mini catalog, the annual catalog, our online exclusives, or I'll tell you another one in just a minute, and your purchase total is $60 before shipping and taxes, then you get to choose a free item from this catalog. So there are stamp sets, there's designer series paper, there's a kit, and the list goes on. And then if your purchase totals $120 before taxes and shipping, there's some product for that category too. This is a stamp set and dies, and then there's just a lot more in here that you can choose from. So again, Celebration is rewarding you for your purchase. And we also have an addition to what's in this catalog. And I want to stop right now. I think I showed this flyer to you yesterday or day before yesterday, and I labeled it in my little talk as part of the last chance list. It is not. It is a flyer for the additional product that's available on the Celebration campaign. And for a $60 purchase before shipping and taxes, then you can choose any one of these items. Now, I really want to draw your attention to this little bee punch builder. Bees this year are all the rage, and so it's a very popular item. So if you're wanting to like have a little look forward, this is a great item. This butterfly stamp set does go along with a bundle which would include dies and an embossing folder. The dies and embossing folder are out of stock at the very moment, but will be coming back, and so that would be a good addition to the bundle. And then of course I can't comment enough on the alphabet dies. I just love them. It has the font is kind of like a Rae Dunn font, and I just love them. So here's some additional stuff. It's all about Celebration right now. It does end on February 28th, so if it's something you want to take advantage of, then you might want to jump on that. There's also something else that I wanted to share because it's another way to meet that $60 purchase price, and that is with a Paper Pumpkin subscription. So I did just get my Paper Pumpkin for February, and I want to show you how it comes, because when I share what I'm about to share with you, it might make a little more sense. Every time you get a Paper Pumpkin that has to do with stamping, so usually that's a card thing, then you get a little ink spot. This is just like our big ink pads, except for it's a 1x1 pad, and it is perfect for traveling, or if you're just starting out, this is a great way to collect the different inks. And I also like to give them away for gifts. So I am going to be giving this away to a lucky winner, and it might be if you like the video, it might be if you comment. So you know, just telling ya. So anyway, it does come with an ink spot, and if it's a stamping kit, it comes with some photopolymer stamps. If it's your first Paper Pumpkin, you'll get a nice acrylic block so that you can place your stamps on that acrylic block and then stamp away. It also comes with adhesive and any additional items that you need to make the project. So you can see this particular Paper Pumpkin, the theme is Hello Spring, and I'm going to be able to, if I follow directions exactly, I'm going to be able to make 9 cards, 3 of each design. I will probably make 1 of each design as the directions indicate, but I like to take the ingredients and I like to add product from my studio, and I just like to see how I can extend the product that is already in this kit and then just create a way. So you don't have to do that. That's just something I like to do. But you get a lot, this is tear and tape, you get a lot of tear and tape, so I'm sure that you'd have some left over. I'm pretty sure there are some dimensionals in there. I can kind of feel it. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you so you could see what it looks like. So the Paper Pumpkin is a kit. It's not to be confused with our regular kits. Our regular kits, you can order those online, and they're not subscription. Our birthday organizer that we're working on, that came in this box, so it's a kit. So, but the Paper Pumpkin is a kind of a kit, but it comes to you by subscription. So if you're interested in this March's Paper Pumpkin, because February's is already out, then you're going to want to sign up by March 10th. So the 10th of each month is the cutoff for that Paper Pumpkin that comes at the end of the month. Now you can subscribe for 3 months at a time, 6 months, or a year, and you can, whichever works for you. If you sign up for the 3-month period, I do believe that's going to make that $60 amount that you need for the free items in the celebration campaign. Now this is a particularly exciting Paper Pumpkin, because not only are we getting enough card bases to make 9 cards, 3 of each design, but we're also getting, the contents are also going to feature bees and honeycomb and daisies. And if you've been watching any of the card making videos, or you've been seeing any of the new cards that are coming out, daisies and bees are all the rage. And so remember, I showed you this bee builder punch right here. I'm not joking. The bees are big this year. So I see that we are going to have those card bases. We're also going to have some gold foil, some vellum accents. We'll have some ephemera that's pre-cut for us. All you have to do is punch them out. We'll also be getting the envelopes to go with those card bases. And the colors that'll be featured in this kit, or that will coordinate with the items in this kit, are Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Lemon Lime Twist, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Berry Vanilla, and I do believe that the stamping spot, but please, I don't know for sure, I believe it is Lost Lagoon, only because of how it's written on this flyer. And also, just to beef it up and just to make it more enticing, we're getting a free additional stamp set. And that is because March is the anniversary of Paper Pumpkin. So I just wanted you to know this is a good way to start out if you're wanting to paper craft. It's a good way to build up your stamp inventory and also your ink. So just so you know, now you can sign up by going to ritaspapermotif.com, and if you click shop now, you'll have the option, or if you go on the home page, all the way at the bottom, there is a Paper Pumpkin icon. If you click that, it'll take you directly to the sign up place that you need to sign up. All right, let's get going with our our birthday shindig and our everyday arches. Now, we did the second day of our birthday shindig. I did open up that kit that had our birthday card organizer. You can see mine is getting quite full, and that's because in the kit we got an option to make several cards. Actually, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 12 cards. And so we also had the option to label by the month each pocket here. So we have 12 months worth of little pockets that we can put our cards in, and then we could make the cards in the kit and add to it. and then we could write the birth dates that we're wanting to acknowledge right here on these little lines. And then with the birthday cards inserted inside, then we would be ready for anybody's birthday, right? So we've been making these birthday cards to prep us and to get us all ready. But I did find, and this is why I like this organizer, is I found this card that was from a paper pumpkin a while back, and I just love it. Yeah, I love those colors. And I thought, where has this been? Because I would have used it. But that's what happens when you don't have a place for all of your stuff. And so this is why I really like this card organizer. Now, soon, about in March or April, there seems to be like the birthdays or the people in my life start having birthdays. And so I'll be able to, this organizer will probably become not so thick. But I only have a few months worth, so I can spread them out. But I will be ready for those birthdays. So if you're someone I know that I send a birthday card to, then don't worry, I got you covered. Now these birthday card organizers are on special right now. They're on the last chance list, and they are going for $7. When I checked this morning, they were still available, but they are as they have stock as available. So once they're out of stock, that's it. They won't come back. And when I say that there were some available, I have no idea if it was 1 or 2 or 40. I have no idea. So if you're interested in this, my suggestion is go get it while we know they're there. All right. With this kit, like I said, there was an opportunity to make cards. And so, like I shared with you before, I will usually take a kit and I will bring in product from my craft room and I will change them up a little. So this is one that I did exactly that too. And I'm going to ask you to just be patient with me while I share that. What I did is I cut up an envelope. So the envelopes, half of the envelopes had this gingham as a pattern on the inside, and I cut the envelope up and used it as a layer. And then I just took some white cardstock. So this layer of white cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I just took some of my black cardstock and matched it up with this triangle that was in the kit, and that had the soft succulent and the evening evergreen. So those two colors have retired, but in the kit those are the colors that are offered to make the card. So as you know, some of us don't get rid of some of our material, so I did still have some evening evergreen and some soft succulent, but this is from the kit. So I just put it together on a piece of black cardstock and just made a little layer like that, and then I used the ephemera that was in the kit and just put that on there along with the embellishments that were in the kit. And I used this happy birthday that was in the kit and just went ahead and used that as my sentiment. Now you can see these little marks around the white. I took my soft succulent marker and just did some dashes around so that I wanted it to resemble stitching. And then I just decorated inside. So there's one alternative to the kit. Here's another. I took another part of that envelope and made a banner. And then this is half of one of the card bases that was provided, and I put that onto some this isn't soft succulent. This is, oh, it is soft succulent. I'm sorry. And I just put it on there and made that card front, and then just more of that gingham on the inside. And then I did something I've been wanting to do. I took strips of this. So this was a bigger triangle, and I took some strips from that, and I did a little bit of weaving along with strips from that white and black polka dot. Now I've done some lattice work with my cardstock, but I had not done any weaving, and I think I really like it. So I think I'm going to experiment with that more in the future, but I really do like that feel. It just really gives a lot of dimension and interest, I think, to the card. And then I did just use my metallic adhesive backed dots right here just to embellish it. And then this sentiment was provided in the kit, and then I just decorated the inside. So these are all from that kit that goes with our organizer. So I'm showing you these so that you can see. You don't, I know we're always supposed to follow directions, but sometimes you don't have to when you're creating. When in our creative world, there's no wrong answer. All right, so I wanted to show you some cards I've made with these everyday arches, and then we're going to make a card. So this happens to be a card I made using some of that ephemera, the little balloons that were there. This happy birthday is a sentiment from the Mix and Match birthday treat ephemera, which is, it comes like, I've showed you that. It comes in this package right here. So I did use that for this sentiment. And then this sentiment, the sending hugs, came from the Mix and Match greetings for all. And so I used that as well. And then this is actually a tag. I want to show that to you. This is actually a tag that comes from that designer series paper, that Wildflower designer series paper. So you can see the tag right here. And I just put one of my arches. This is how I like to store my dies and stamps. I don't know who came up with this idea, but it's genius. And I just laid my arch right like that and cut it out. And so then I could use that matted on to that card. So I did want to tell you that this is an item I'm going to be giving. Remember, I told you I was going to be giving a gift. And that is for sharing and commenting here on Facebook. You can share and comment as many videos as you want. So the more you share, obviously, the more little slips I'll have to pick your name from. But it is going to be random. So this designer series paper that we've been using, plus the punch outs, is what I'm going to be offering as a gift for coming to my birthday party. And you can see the designer series paper. So it's floral on one side and that beautiful gingham on the other side. There's two of each design. And what I like about our designer series paper is one is usually one side is a little more busy and the other's a little more subdued, usually. And so this is beautiful. I love that. Those sprigs of leaves on there. It's just so soft and subtle. I could see this going with some ribbon big time. Here is the other side, and I like that as well. So I have been having a hard time deciding which side I want. The gold foil on the pool party is just gorgeous. And then here is a birthday cake. It seems a little busy to me, but we are going to use it today. And then on the other side is the stripes. And remember, on this side, it's I used it on that scrapbook page I made. And then the last but not least is this daisy. Again, the daisy thing. The daisies, and then these cut aparts. And there are 17 cut aparts on this page, so there's 2 pages. That's 28. You can use these as tags, or you can cut them out as I did. I also cut this out for a card I made. And so there's just, I could not possibly, well, I guess I could, but it would take forever to talk about my ideas of using all of this. So I'm going to leave those up to you, to whoever is the lucky winner. And I'm going to go on and sharing my card. So you can also see that on the bottom layer that has a lot of texture, and I did run it through an embossing folder, and that's what gave it the texture. So embossing folders are great for just that, for giving you texture. And here's the embossing folder that I used. It's called Countryside Blossoms. And so it's kind of like, it reminds me of those bedspreads that my aunt used to have. That I think she called it eyelet, but this is the embossing folder that I used. All right, so there's that one. I guess I need to move on, don't I? All right, and so here's another card I used. I often am looking for masculine cards, and for some reason I don't know. I make them when I think about it, I guess. But so this is one that I feel is masculine, and I did use the stamps from the Everyday Artist, You Are Loved. And you may wonder where this particular cardstock came from, and this as well, and the one inside. I had some leftover designer series paper from the catalog before. I think it was called Earth and Elegance or something like that. But this whole sheet of designer series paper was like the gradient thing. So it started out with this kind of grayish, spottish color, and then it just went deeper and deeper into the green. So I cut off this part for the inside. I used the darker for the layer, and this is part of the top of the card of the designer series paper. And I just used the arches to, of course, to cut out that the one bigger. There are 10 of these arches, so it's kind of fun. And so I just used this one. I stamped You Are Loved, and then I took this from these Everyday Birthday Treats, and I didn't want that blue cake plate, so I just cut that out and used that. So there is this card that I made. And I also, from that same set of designer series paper, I had this, it looks like denim, like I remember we used to have jeans that were like this. And so there was about a half a piece left. And so I used that for this card. I used the Very Vanilla to go with it, and the Night and Navy cardstock. And I used the arches again just to create that sentiment. And then I felt like it was kind of flat, like, you know, no dimension. So I used the twine from our Everyday Essential twine package, and that I felt gave it some texture, because I just love cards that you feel like you want to touch. And so yeah, so that's how I made that one. And then let's go on. I just have a few more, and then we're going to create a card. And then I did this card, so kind of the same thing. This is Pool Party cardstock. Cut my arches, stamped my You Are Fantastic on there, and this is in Night and Navy ink. And this cardstock is something that is very current, and it comes from the Full of Life designer series paper. So see how it's, the colors are you know, just like a rainbow kind of thing. And so I just had a piece of that was I can look for it, but I think you get the drift. So I just found one that had those colors, and that's what I used for the front of that card. And then I just decorated the inside. I got the little cupcakes from that birthday mix and match ephemera piece. And the hello came from this stamp set again. So there was that. So there's those cards. And I think, do I have any more? Oh, yes. So here's a card I made using the Everyday, the birthday organizer. These were scraps that I had from cutting out certain things to make those cards. And I made this card. It's called a fracture card, or sometimes they call it shutter cards. And basically it's just, you know, sectioning off areas of the card, and then you use your scraps just to fill it in. So I thought that was kind of cute. And this happy birthday comes from an older paper pumpkin. And so you can see that if you save those, you can always use them. But I really did like this. And this is part of the inside of one of those envelopes. And when you feel it, you can actually feel that the strips on there that are supposed to be goldish, I think. All right, so one more and then we're going to make our card. This card is also using that Full of Life Designer Series paper. And, you know, I think that it looks a little bit wild. So this is the sheet, and I cut it so that it was 3 3/4 by 5. And then this white cardstock that is going to hold the sentiment, it had to be big enough for that sentiment, because that stamp is huge. It's like the happy and the birthday are connected, and so you need like your bigger block so that you can stamp with it. And it's just big. Now this would be perfect if you took your markers and just put different colors on it. You could get like, you know, the red, yellow, orange, and blue kind of thing, and it would look pretty. I just did this in the black memento, and then I just put some little candles there just to indicate that it was birthday, I guess. And so I got those candles from that same Happy Birthday Treat ephemera pack. And then I did decorate the inside using the spring corners. So here's that little edging that I did right here. And I really do like how it decorates our cards. So that's where that came from. It's all on Night of Navy. So you can see I've been super busy making these birthday cards. I am serious about getting them all done. Now, let's go ahead and create our card. What I want to make with you today is this card. And this is using that Designer Series paper. And it's kind of a fun fold because this video was supposed to be for yesterday on Friday. And you know, you'll hear over and over from a lot of the creators that, sorry, I had to turn on the light, that Friday is like Friday fun folds. And so I thought I'd just do a simple fun fold. So this is Pool Party. And we're going to take that gold foil stripped cards Designer Series paper to decorate this one panel. And so let's go ahead and begin. Let's see, I have everything cut out. So this was a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock, and then I just scored it at 4 1/4. So this originally was there was a piece here, but I cut this so that 2 inches, I cut 2 inches off of the edge, which lets it open like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that beautiful foil and we're going to just glue it down on this edge, on the front edge. I want the scallops to go downward, and the only reason I'm kind of emphasizing that is it reminds me of frosting, and I think when you decorate a cake like that, the frosting does go down. Is it a gravity thing or is it just what we do? I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and place this on here. I'm trying to give it a little bit of a margin. I did cut it so it would have a margin. And what I like about the liquid glue is it gives us time to kind of manipulate our layers if we need to. And then I want this to go on the inside. Now, something I want to remind you of is when you're cutting designer series paper and it's directional, like obviously you don't want your cakes upside down, right? You want to just be mindful of that. And then I'm going to stick this strip of gold foil right here. I just like how it, you could put it like this or right here on the edge. And I'm going to put this on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. I just love that. A gold foil. Okay, let's see here. Trying to get that margin. Okay, and then we're just going to stick this over it because I only want to see one line of that gold foil. You could see more if you wanted to. It's just that we're not going to have very much room for our sentiment part inside because we have all of this going on. And then, so this was 2 inches by 5 1/4, and this is basic white. It's going to live right there. And this is also just a tad bit more than 2 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to stick this just slightly under here. I want to give this room over on the fold because if it's too close, then you're going to have tension when you're trying to close your card, and we don't want that. Now, I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside because there isn't very much room. This is where I would write the message on my card. And so now we have the inside is completely finished. And if you didn't get all of those measurements and you want them, then I'm going to suggest that you visit ritaspapermotif.com where you'll be able to get them. Or you could stop and play back the video. But I'm going to put glue. I was going to say goil. I was mixing the glue word with the foil, but I'm going to put the glue right on my outline here. And you need to be careful because too much glue is going to be messy. And I'm telling you that I had a learning curve with this glue. I just always felt like I had to always remind myself, ... you don't need a lot. And then we're just going to put this outline on this basic white arch that is the same size. And I'm going to tell you why I did that. If you use only that gold layer, then what happens is as you open it and close it, I'm trying to get that layer out, so this is the size. If you use only this and it doesn't have a place to live on, how are you going to secure the inside of this? So this, unless you glued it on the, pool party, which you could do, but I really like that stitching on the pool party, so I wanted it to show. And you can see this kind of the stitch mark on the gold foil, which it just gives it character. And so that's what I wanted. So now I'm going to glue this pool party arch, which is, so here's the gold and the white. They're that size. And then I just took the next size, and that's the pool party. And it also is how I got that outline of the gold. Got that frame from just by sticking these together. I ran it with the gold, and then it gave me that frame, and then I just laid it on the white. Now I want to show you that gold cardstock, because that is part of our textured metallic paper, and this is what it looks like. And it comes in a package of 3 sheets of gold and 3 sheets of silver. And I try to be very careful when I'm using my gold, because, or very frugal, because it's actually beautiful. It's a great weight, and it just handles itself nicely. So let's go ahead and put this. I'm going to glue this white arch inside the middle for my happy birthday. You could definitely stamp it first and then use dimensionals if you wanted to. But I think that, just like in this card, I think I just think I didn't want a lot of weight. So that's why I did this. And I'm going to take the happy birthday from, there isn't a happy birthday on here, but there is on the spring corner. So I'm going to take that happy birthday, and I'm going to use Coastal Cabana. Now this is Pool Party, and I'm using Coastal Cabana because the Pool Party was very light, and the Coastal Cabana, as you can see, is perfect. You can, if you look closely, you can kind of see it's a little shade different, but yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna look that close. So then I'm just going to tap it, and I am going to check my stamp, because I wouldn't want my stamp to be off. So sometimes maybe we don't have a lot of ink on certain letters. That looks good. I also wanted to tell you that this particular stamp is not straight. It's a little curvy. It's meant to be that way. And so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. Now this is a photopolymer stamp, and even though after surgery my vision is, I tease people and say it's even x-ray vision, but it doesn't go through the camera. So let's see here. I need to get it a little closer. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to put this on our card, but I'm going to use dimensionals, and I want that edge to sit right there where the gold is. And so with these lines here on this gold foiled paper, it's going to be kind of easy to line it up in the middle. So here we go, dimensionals only on one side. And I am going to tell you, if you haven't noticed before, that I am very generous with the dimensionals, and I know that I probably use way more than I need to, but you know what? I'm okay with it. So I'm just okay with it. But if you want to use less, then of course that's totally up to you. Okay. And so I'm going to line this up as best I can. Whoop. I forgot I wanted it to kind of touch that right here. And there we go. Now we can decorate this, and I did pull a flower here. So I thought I would just put the flower here. Now I do have some that we can choose from if we wanted to, so that's cute too. Maybe I want both of them. I don't know. Maybe so. You think that's too busy? I think I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right here, because I don't want to put glue all on it, because it'll keep that closed, and then we won't be able to open our card. So I hope that you found these cards to be that you've been inspired to go ahead and create some birthday cards, and I hope that you've enjoyed these videos. I know that we all have certain tastes in our cards, so, you know, everyone's different, but I like them. And I thought I would put some, what we call bling. These are the opaque faceted gems, and I'm just going to put some of these on my card here. Whoop, let's see here. My fingers have a little bit of glue and I'm sticking, so I'm trying to get this so I can, it's wanting to stick to me. There we go. And I'll just put them, I like to put my gems in increments, well, in odd numbers, so I think those are all good there. All right, so we are finished with that card, and that's using the Everyday Arches. You can't go wrong with that stamp set, in my opinion. So if you have a chance, hop on over and get your set today. Now, we'll pull out just a couple of those cards, ones that we haven't done or seen before. So here's the other one. And I do definitely want to thank you for stopping by. As I said, this is a redo. I had done a video yesterday, so I'm kind of like repeating myself today, but I did want to share this with you. So I hope that you have a great rest of your weekend, what's left of it, and I'll see you here tomorrow for the last day of our birthday shindig. And I want you to have a good evening. Bye now.